Who do it? The white boy Hacha?
My bad. Did I hit it too early? My bad.
No, you good, man. Who do it? The white boy Aja?
Who do it? The white boy Hacha?
welcome to another episode of the Reggie Bucum Podcast, man. I'm your boy Meech Castro.
Yes, sir.
My guy Pete over there. What's going on, man?
Not much. As always, got a little crown. This time it's Crown and Coke because I couldn't find the Sprite.
That's what's up. I got a little iced tea right here.
Iced tea
because I found the iced tea. I mean,
I like it.
I couldn't find the Sprite, but what?
No, I was gonna say I've been drinking so much water today that I'm hydrated. And I'm a lightweight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Already, I've been drinking. I started like right about there. I ain't feeling nothing yet, but I know by the time I get here, that whole thing gonna creep up my leg. I might fall asleep on you like Joey Diaz.
like Joey Diaz.
Look here, cocksuckers.
So I want to, like I said, I want to welcome everybody to the podcast and remind everybody, share the episode, share the live, share the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video. We appreciate all the support and everything else. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Also, if y'all want to join the conversation, because y'all can join the conversation, and we like to think of y'all being a part of the conversation, you can put your comments in the comments section. And if you want to, you know what I mean, if you're in the area where it's good Wi-Fi, and you know what I mean, we can send you the link. You can cam up with us if you really got something interesting to say, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, man, I love that we're starting off with that. I think that's gonna be a thing where people can just call in and kind of chop it up with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind that. Like I said, I want it to be a conversation with the audience. You know what I mean? I want them to feel like they're part of the conversation. So
right.
You know what I mean? Why not? You feel me?
Yeah, I agree.
That's what we were talking about before we even went live. So if y'all saw it in the because I saw it on the internet. So if y'all saw it on the internet, Biggie's daughter, her boyfriend had a hit and run incident in New York that was caught on camera. It's a very good video. Like, so he just pretty much, he was sitting at a corner and he just pulls off and just not like, he injured like 3 people. I think he hit like 3 people, including the toddler. Dang. And the story was she bailed him out of jail. She posted his bond. His bond was $1 million. The crazy thing to me was what made Vic laugh was when I saw the post, her picture was next to it, and the first thing I thought about, you would have thought was like, oh man, that's messed up, poor kid, or you know what I mean, sorry about the people and their families, I hope they're okay. First thing I thought was, damn, Biggie got an ugly daughter. That's fucked up. But the first thing I thought was like, damn, Biggie got an ugly daughter. Because like if you see a picture, like her head is long, like she got a long head and paws, like I don't know, she got like a Brandy thing going on. Yeah, I'm just saying.
She like a whole Muppet, bro. Like
yeah, she got like a whole Brandy situation going on. She got like the long head and like,
bro,
she looked kind of Chinese. I heard somebody say that she goes by China or something like that too.
Nah,
she kind of looks Chinese. Like I don't understand that either. Why women do that? I don't understand why being a black woman is not cool. You got to be foreign now. It's weird. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I always used to and you know, you're a mob connoisseur, so we can. So I'm gonna throw this back for a second, but I've always been a hater of black and Puerto Rican rappers naming themselves after Italian mobsters, because I'm like, yo, these dudes don't half them dudes are racist as shit. Like
half of them didn't fuck with black people. That was the irony, and I always thought that way ever since I was younger and could understand, and you know what I mean, had knowledge of the mob. But that's just weird.
I've always, and all my time when I was producing, even when I was just producing music as a kid in the city, I would always tell rappers like, bro, you know, these dudes, like, that's like basically you naming yourself after a KKK member. Like, that's half the dudes, and nah, you tripping, blah, blah. But I never understood that. And
I honestly, I think it's because also back then, before the internet, a lot of our black street figures weren't popularized like the way they do with the Lucky Lucianos and
Yeah.
all the mafia guys and the Jewish mafia guys. Like, you don't see any movies about Frank Matthews. You don't see any movies. We just got a Frank Lucas one, and that one's not even really truthful, but we just got a Frank Lucas one. You know what I mean? We got Nino Brown that was based off of I forgot what other syndicate, what real life syndicate or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But black big time black drug kingpins, all those guys in Detroit in the 70s, and you know what I mean? And they didn't get popularized until the internet came out. So I think that's part of the reason why they named themselves after that.
True. And again, it's just glorifying that life.
Right.
So, like, it's like this whole thing. I don't know if we talked about this in the last pod. I don't think we did. And I don't even know that I've mentioned it to you, but like one thing that shocked me, for those of y'all don't know, I teach high school. I teach audio production. So when I went into the school system and I started hearing white kids dropping the N-word around black kids, and I would be like,
and
like,
nobody said anything.
No, the black kids ain't saying nothing. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? So it got to the point where I had to basically stop class one day, right? Because what I do is every other Friday is a chill day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I tell them, look, man, if y'all earning it, let's get to the chill day. So that's the way I keep them, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm like, yo, break this down to me. Why, blah, blah. So we talking about it and the kids are talking about it. And I'm like, yo, when I was a kid and we talking about up north, like, bro, if you was white, you was not allowed to say that word. You wasn't allowed to say spick, and you wasn't allowed to say, you know what I mean, say, call nobody nigga like that's your man. Nah, it didn't matter. And they like, yeah, well, things are different now. And then I broke it down to them and I'm like, listen, there's people that are still alive that were on those streets getting those dogs attacked on them and all that. Like, yo, people's grandparents are still alive that went through that.
Of course.
This didn't happen a long time ago. And the black kid, like a lot of the black kids was like looking at each other like, damn, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, bro, this ain't old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit is weird because you'd be like, how old's your grandmother? And
Yeah.
if one of them be like, my grandmother's 70 something or 80 something, nigga, she was there.
Yeah. Think about it. I mean, look, Al Sharpton is still alive.
Right. Jesse
You know
Jackson.
what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. They don't realize like, oh, this
Jesse Jackson was next to Dr. King when he got shot.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing I'm trying to break down to them.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling my white students, like, yo, listen, man, I know that the hip hop culture made it cool. Like, it made it cool to be hood and to be this and to be that. But it's like, yo, if I dropped you off like on a real block,
they wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm like, you wouldn't know what to do. And listen, if I paid you to call somebody, what's up, my nigga? Like on a real block where there's real boys out there,
right,
you wouldn't do it.
Right.
Nah, yeah, I would. Yeah. I'm like, bro, no, you would not.
You would think about it. You really would. I mean, I don't know, because you go to Kensington, it matter what, he might, on a certain block, he might get away with it because there's a couple of them down there, you know. But for the most part, no.
Yeah, no. And I'm like, yo, if people up in New York and Philly and all that was that strict about it, like, come on. I told one of my students, yo, go home today and ask your grandmom to tell you what's the worst thing she experienced during that time. Bro, he came back the next day and he basically apologized to me. And he was like, man, I had no idea that my grandmom, I had no idea she was even alive back then. I'm like, yeah, bro. And he's
it's
like,
not even, they just don't think about it.
Nah, they don't. They don't think about it. And to them, it's a prehistoric situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like for us, when people when we were learning about JFK, in my mind, I always thought that happened before my grandmother was even alive. And then one day, this is probably my freshman year, right? I asked her, I said, Grandma, were you alive during JFK? And she's like, yeah, of course. She was saying that on 4th in Indiana, that it was people on the street, Puerto Rican women and men on the street crying, bro, because dude was murdered. And I was like,
Wow.
really? She's like, yeah. Santos down the street, Carlos, man, we were all on the street, we were all in the street crying. I'm like, what? But again, it's like when you're that age,
Yeah.
there is no past, really, is all what's happening like right now, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always tripped me out.
It's like this, like when we get old and the kids learn about January 6th,
Mm,
and they're not going to think about you and I being around to witness this on television.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because they're going to think it's so ancient. But so I definitely understand what you mean. But yeah, you don't really think about it. Like if I look back, like my grandmother was born 1944.
bro.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
So it's like, and then she was born in South Carolina, in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere, where like they didn't grow up going to the grocery store and shit like that. So it's like, it's weird. Like,
right.
you know what I mean?
They didn't even have those freedoms.
They didn't. I mean, they just didn't need to. Everything they needed, family always looked out. So you know,
Yeah,
so had chickens. You know
Yeah.
where you got your eggs from over here. And, you know,
Yeah.
everybody helped everybody. But I don't know. It's just weird. Like they didn't have running water. My great grandfather didn't, and my great grandparents didn't have running water until the 70s
Yeah.
in the house. Like using indoor plumbing. Like, you know what I mean? Like my great grandmother died in 1987. So she roughly had 10, maybe 10, 15 years of her life where they had indoor plumbing.
15 years.
And she was born, 1919, 1920? Because they were right behind each other, my great grandmother and my great grandfather. So they were only a year apart from each other. But she didn't get running water until she was in her 60s.
So she was, wait. She was born in 1919.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was her or my great grandfather, but one was born 1919 and the other one was born 1920. I want to say she was born 1920.
Holy shit.
But that's my grandmother's parents. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just weird that you don't think about, because if they were born 19, that means they went through the whole Great Depression. They went through, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, think
Jim
about
Crow, racism, like it was just crazy.
this. Okay, so listen to this, right? I want you to hear this. Ellis Island, right? So
Right.
when all that happened, that all those migrants were coming into the country through Ellis Island, that happened in 1892. So 20 plus years before your grandmother was born.
Right.
So even when she's 15, that is still fresh.
Right. They only been there 15 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Well, they only been there a little over 30 years, something like that. But yeah.
Bro, that is crazy. Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, here, I'm gonna hit you with one more. Oh, bro, the day Hitler died, 1945, April 30th, 1945. Your grandmother was alive for that newscast.
She was one.
She was already grown.
She was one. Oh, my great grandmother.
Yeah, your great.
Yeah. She was 20 something years old when he died.
And then your grandmother was one.
And already had 2 children?
Bro.
Yeah.
In 45. That's not. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like it's not that long ago. Like the people still walking around and still living.
Wow.
It amazes me because I asked my grandmother, coming from such a small town, you know what I mean? People still rode horse and buggies and shit like that.
Yeah.
How did you come from a place like this to a major city like Philadelphia in 1960, whatever? You know what I mean? I'm like, were you scared? Like, you know what I mean? Because you come from farm life to major city shit. You know what I mean? You down 20 something in Lehigh.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Shock. Yeah.
So it's a culture shock. So I'm like, how did you adjust and how did you learn your way around? And she was like, I wasn't scared. You know, I was like, well, how you learn your way around? It was easy. Like she's like, what the fuck?
You just did it.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, Gramps. I guess you ain't had no choice. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't that long ago, man. A lot of the stuff that they experienced like in the 60s. My grandmother was 20 and 20 something in the 60s. That was her 20s.
World War II was 1939 is when it started.
Yeah.
Your great grandmom was already living
Yeah.
her whole life, bro.
She's already married, and yeah, she was. I want to say she was already married or about to get married and taking care of her siblings because I think her parents had died or something.
Sheesh.
So yeah,
that's wild, bro.
But it wasn't that long ago when you sit back and think about it. Like when you my grandmother was born 1944. When she was 1 or 2, that's when World War II ended. You know what I mean? Then, but she was still alive for the Korean War. She was still alive for Vietnam. She was still here for Watergate. She was here for, you go to the 80s, Pablo Escobar, all that cocaine shit, all the mafia shit that was going on with the commission. Huh?
Yeah. And the Summer of Love and
the Summer of Love in the 70s, Woodstock. Like my grandmother's really lived through a lot of history, and that's crazy to me to think about. Tupac dying, Biggie dying, like she just lived through all of that. You know what I'm saying? Cool seeing them robbing the bank. She lived through all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you just took me back. Shit.
That was a crazy. What was the boy name? Steady B and Cool C.
Yeah.
Man, the Fabulous Life. If y'all don't know about them, the 2 Philly artists, man, in the 80s with the Fabulous Life hit song or whatever.
You got it.
Yeah, they robbed the bank and killed a female cop. Man, they ended up getting life. But
Fifth
that was
and Wyoming.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
wow.
That PNC Bank is still there.
You lying? Still?
That bank is still there.
It's still right behind. Is that still a 7-Eleven right there?
7-Eleven, and right behind it is what you call it, and it's a Rite Aid over there too, I think.
And that bank is still there.
It might not be a PNC, but it's a bank still there. I know that.
Wow.
I know it's a bank still there. But every time I ride, I ain't gonna lie, every time I ride by there, I think of that shit because I'm like, damn, like,
bro, I've never driven by there and not thought about that.
Right. I always think about it when I drive by it. But wow.
Yo, I'm coming home. I'm gonna be in Philly in November, and I'm dying to go back, man. It's been like 4 years, so
you miss it. I mean, I'm never gonna live in Philly again, but I'll always come and visit. I'm gonna visit.
Yo, how long have you been out of the city now?
What, 6 months?
Yo, you know what's crazy? When you go back, you're gonna be like,
yeah. You're gonna be acting so bougie like you ain't from this.
Yo, and everybody's gonna be like, this shit been like this. It was like this when you was here. And you're like, nah, bro, that's the same shit. I was gone for a year. When I came back, I was like, nah, and they're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, bro, this shit wasn't
like used to it no more. It was, bro.
Nah,
it was. It was.
It was.
It was. It was the same way you left it, man. But you're not used to it no more. How long you been going now, total?
Oh my God. Like how long I've been where
how long has it been since you lived in Philadelphia?
Bro, it's been 19 years.
You left Philly 19 years ago?
19 years ago.
What, the early 2000s, my nigga? 2001, 2002?
Wait. I'm lying. It's 2022, right?
Yeah.
All right, 20 years. I left in 2002.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You really got the fuck out of here.
I got out of there, bro. I got that. But listen,
I don't even want to tell you where I was in 2002. But
where were you in 2000?
7th grade.
Where you at?
Like 7th grade. Yeah.
How old are you?
32.
Oh my God. I'm 40. Yeah. I just turned 43, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I was in 7th grade, man.
Hey, for those of y'all listening, watching and whatever, even when you turn 43, you still feel like you 20. Up here, you feel like you 20, but your body will let your ass know, bro, you're not 20 years old no more. You 40 something.
I think after you hit your 30s, it's all downhill.
Yeah. Yo, listen.
Like, it's all downhill.
Let me tell you some wild shit, and this is true. My dad, right? A month before I turned 30, we're on the phone talking, and he goes, hey, he called me to see when I was getting to Orlando, because we were going to be in Orlando for my birthday.
Okay.
And I said, all right, we're going to get there on the 8th. That way we got a couple of days to chill before we get on this cruise. So he's like, all right, cool. He says, so listen, Just so you know, we're gonna be on this cruise on the morning of your birthday. And I said, all right. And he said, listen, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but you're gonna have some sort of body pain that morning.
Wait, what?
He said, you're gonna have some sort of body pain that morning. And I'm like, Pop, yo, go ahead with that shit. Like, whatever, man. He's like, bro, I promise you. He said, when I turned 30, that morning I woke up and my right knee was hurting for no reason. I didn't play basketball the night before. I ain't jogged, nothing. And he's like, that's when you know you're getting old, right? Bro, sure enough, my right freaking knee. So I go upstairs and I'm like, yo, and he said, what part of your body here? I'm like, my right knee. Yo, we just started cracking up on the fucking cruise.
It's all downhill, man.
Oh, and listen, it's been like that for a minute. Hey, so Trey just came in. Trey the dog man.
Dog man, yeah.
My bad, Trey. I just finished my Crown and Coke, so it's taking me. Yo, look at my. Hey, can we just take a second?
Wow.
Yo,
what you do? Take a shot? Like what the fuck?
Nah, I was like, it was like that. But nah, I'm looking. Yo, look at my camera, bro. You don't sleep on my camera right now.
Yo, listen, man. I gotta step my camera game. I'm getting my light and I got my camera already. I'm getting my light and I'm using my camera.
Watch this.
I'm jealous because you professional photographer, man. It's what you do as for side shit and like when you're not at work Monday through. Yo,
I'm just messing with you. Hey, for those
because it looks clear as shit.
That
looks fire. Like that was a cool ass picture, man. That shit went portrait mode on the motherfucker. Like
yeah, it's on a 2.8 right now. So 2.8 basically it focuses on one thing and it blurs the background. And the bigger the number, the more everything is in focus. So I'm a Grammy award winning photographer, right? That's why I have all these expensive cameras.
You got a Grammy in your house?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So the artist and the label get the Grammy, and then I basically just get a certificate. And I was
next episode, I gotta see that certificate. That's dope.
Yeah, I'll show it's somewhere around here. I just got my Pimp My Ride joint.
So wait, you got a what?
No, I just got my Pimp My Ride plaque out of the basement the other day. I gotta hang it up in my office.
What do you mean with the show?
Yeah.
What about it? Like, what'd you do for the show?
So I have music on 3 seasons of that show. And you know when they unveil the car,
right?
The music you hear is my shit. Is all my shit. Like it's all my stuff.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro.
That's fucking dope.
Listen, I almost had the intro. The Pimp
My Ride.
Yo, let me tell you.
That's crazy.
Bro, I'll call my wife in here right now to confirm my story.
I believe you, man. I believe you, bro. You ain't gonna lie to me about no shit like that.
Guess who made that? Who made that music? Guess who got that?
DJ Pooh.
Nope. The same fucking guy that did Michael Wolf.
Really?
Yo. Bro,
the nigga from Law and Order that made Law and Order.
The dude from Law and Order, he made that. He got that intro. So listen, one of the producers in that show was a Liquid fan, right? So for those of y'all that don't know, I'm a producer, but I used to be a Christian recording artist. So he brings me up to LA. We sit down. He tells me about 2 shows, right? Both shows are gonna be. They're projecting them to be hit shows. One of them is being hosted by Exhibit, and the other one they didn't have a host yet.
Okay.
So I leave LA, I come back to Nashville, and I immediately spend the entire night working on music. So I sent him 4 beat ideas, and then 2 of those beats I had written little intro hooks for them, right? So basically I sent him 8 joints, 4 for Pimp My Ride, 4 for it was called Fu Extreme, FU Extreme. It was a karate show. So they would get like 6 people together. It didn't matter. There was no weight class, no nothing, guy versus girl. It didn't matter. That was the whole show.
Okay.
So Joe calls me back and Joe's like, yo, bro. I mean, I'm about to buy like 3 of these joints from you just for other shows. And I'm like, word, let's do it. So he goes into a meeting about Pimp My Ride specifically.
Right.
And they decide, all right, I think we're going to use this liquid joint. And somebody in the room is like, hey, we had sent some stuff out to blah, blah, blah agency and Wolf sent in something. And then after it played, it just made more sense. And I get it because it's a pretty cool intro. But I was in the mix to get that joint, bro. But I ended up getting 3 seasons of it. And so what happens is the way they pay that money out is the beat. If the beat plays throughout the show, you're being paid per second, right?
Right.
But if the beat plays in a crucial part of the TV show or the movie, then when it plays over the airwaves, you get paid triple. So what was happening was Joe told me, yo, listen, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure that I put your stuff in when they unveil in the cars. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, bro. So every time they unveil a car, I'm making $300, $200 in those 10 seconds. You see what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So no matter when, no matter how long that show could play 100 years from now, and my niece is going to get the royalties for it. So
that's
basically,
crazy.
Yeah. And what Joe did was he looked out. He was like, all right, we couldn't get you the intro, but I'm going to make sure I put you on the reveals, bro. I'm on 3 seasons of that. Season 1 and 2. He left season 3, but season 1 and 2.
Yeah, he left season 3 and they had like guest celebrity, whatever.
Right. Damn near every single episode, the reveal music is all mine. And sometimes when Exhibit would come out, you know how he would walk and they would cut him like dun 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 dun, and he would be, a lot of there's like 4 of those in season 1 that are mine. He's literally walking into my music.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So how did that make you feel though? I don't know how old you were back then, but like how did that make you feel having your music on TV and people hearing it and you getting paid for that shit? $300 for 10 seconds ain't bad for music. I'll take that every time.
At all. And I'm gonna tell you how that works. Yeah, hey Trey, yeah, it's crazy, bro. So listen to this, right?
I gotta get him up here one day too, man. But I'm gonna tell you what he do after you finish.
Yeah. So my publisher calls and she's like, yo, have you talked to Joe? And I'm like, yeah, I just talked to Joe. He said he was gonna put me in the blah blah. So she's like, all right, cool. We just need to get all your paperwork done, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, all right, I forget about it because this stuff takes time. It doesn't happen tomorrow.
Right.
You sell a beat and then 2 years later you find out that it's been playing on whatever.
Right.
So what happened was I had already had, remember ESPN had the And1 Street Ball?
Yeah, basketball game or the street ball, just
the And1 Street Ball. I had already had a commercial with them, but I didn't see it on TV. They sent me the commercial, right? Like a DVD of the commercial. Right. So that was dope. But then here's what happens. I forget about it. And I'm at my man's house. My man from Philly, he's like my big brother. He basically brought me to Nashville.
Okay.
And we see the premiere commercial for Pimp My Ride tonight, 8 p.m., blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, that's the show with Exhibit or whatever. Right. So of course, all right, cool. You're not going nowhere tonight. We're going to chill. We're going to party. We're going to order pizzas. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like last minute, bro. So I'm waiting, nothing. And they get to the reveal, bro. Oh my God. Bro, I was sitting on the floor in like a Indian style with my hands in my face crying, bro. And my shit is like,
yeah, that's my shit.
Everybody in the apartment's like, what? It felt like an NBA game, bro. And it was only like 3 of us in it.
Right.
I cried because my mom died when I was 12.
Okay.
And
I never knew that shit.
yeah, and I overheard my one of my uncles saying that basically that I was going to be in prison by the time I was 17.
How old were you when you heard him say that?
It was the night of my mom's wake.
Oh wow, that's fucked up.
I heard him telling somebody else that in the other room. So I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Like it was
At
bro,
12.
at 12. So imagine you go through something like that. You got this pressure on you to not be like your uncles. I'm just sitting there and Exhibit is literally talking while my shit is playing.
Right.
Because that's called bed music.
Right.
Right. So, bro, for all 3 seasons, anytime I would see it would just, Meech, I'm be honest, I would just be like, God, thank you.
Right.
Like, thank you, God. Thank you. You made a promise to me, man. Look, like, bro, like I can't even take credit for any of that. But what's crazy too? That's like them champions of Westbrook talking about. So
Yeah, that's kind of like I ain't gonna say nigga I made it, but it's kind of like, well, nigga I made it, yeah, because I'm
yeah,
on TV. Pimp My Ride, you have
was
to
huge.
understand. Pimp My Ride was fucking huge. Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched a YouTube video about it. Like Pimp My Ride was huge in other countries. Like that shit
yeah,
was worldwide. It just wasn't a American, thing. So it's like that was
yeah.
huge. People are hearing your music all over the world.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
You
like,
you literally just reminded me. So I get the first. So what happens is me and my wife are doing a long distance thing, right?
right,
So she's like, I'm not moving nowhere until you put a ring on this thing. I'm not doing all that. And I was like, shit, well, I guess I gotta, so eventually we get engaged. We're going to Hawaii, right?
okay,
We broke, bro. We broke. We went to Hawaii, rented a badass house, and there was 10 people there for a whole week. But we went, we kind of went broke.
right,
Even though I was producing records and all that, still now I got a second person and all that.
right,
So the week before I leave, ASCAP had been sending me letters like, yo, do you still live here? So I'm like, why are they sending me this shit? So I called them. I told them, yo, I still live here. They send me another letter. So that one, I send it back to wherever it came from with a letter like, yes, I still live here, blah, blah. We go to Hawaii, bro. We come back from Hawaii, literally only had like $30 in the bank.
bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
To the end of the month because I
right,
had a publishing deal where I was getting money every month, but now we broke. We just flew back.
right,
So I go to the mail and there's a stack, bro, about 2 inches high of letters, all ASCAP. So I get to the apartment. I'm like, babe, I'm guessing there's probably a couple royalty checks in there. Each envelope had a royalty check. It was just over 11 grand in royalty checks.
all
Just
together,
for one season. For literally. So what happens is, ASCAP, they collect money for 3 months and then they send you. So each quarter, every 3 months, you
right,
get a royalty check.
right,
But what happens is once you place music, it takes 9 months. They wait 9 months. They gather that money for 9 months. And then when the first quarter comes back around, bang, they hit you with the first check. It was over 11 grand, bro.
well,
And
all the envelopes put together,
all the envelopes put together, and it was just Pimp My Ride. Because remember, when Pimp My Ride came out, it was playing 5 times a day
right,
just in the US.
right. Not even talking about overseas in different
Right.
countries.
Right.
That's
So
crazy.
when you look at a royalty statement on the back, it tells you how much money was collected per episode, where, why,
Right,
who, bro. And then on the other side is you see the countries, and it's Philippines, Belgium, France, Italy, Africa, bro. And I'm literally standing there in front of my wife with tears rolling down my eyes. I'm like, yo, I don't know. It's crazy. Not to get overly spiritual, but it's like God is just,
but
you don't even know what I'm doing right now, dog.
right. That's dope.
Crazy.
That's fucking dope. You
Matter
come
of
back
fact,
with $30 in your pocket or in your account, and you go to the joint, now you got 11,000 in fucking checks that I'm about to go send to the bank right now. It's gonna take a couple days, but they gonna give me that motherfucking money. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, and right now I have music on 29 TV shows playing in over 45 countries. So
what shows are your music on, like off the top of your head, if you know any? Like,
yeah, so I did Pimp My Ride was the first.
mm-hmm.
Then MTV had a show called One Bad Trip. I got a bunch of stuff on that. I got 2 seasons of remember Teen Mom on MTV?
How could I forget Teen Mom?
Teen Mom, it was a genre called Engaged and Underage.
Okay. I
remember that show?
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then from there it went to
all these shows I've seen commercials for. That's the only reason why I remember them.
Yeah,
I never watched those shits, but
there's a couple other MTV shows that I can't remember, but I'll give you some other ones. Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model, season 5 and 4 and 5.
That's dope. That was big.
Yeah, it was huge.
That was huge. Yeah.
Remember
her show was dope.
When ESPN had a show called it was remember when And One Street Ball got big, and then ESPN had a show for like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And it was powered by Mountain Dew Red.
Mountain Dew, yeah, Code Red.
So you remember? Did you ever see the show in that Code Red commercial?
Yeah, I believe so.
The music in that commercial is I produced that music.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I was getting paid triple on that show because of the Mountain Dew commercial. And then I was getting paid triple because when they would do the back highlights at the end, highlights powered by Mountain Dew Red, that music was a different beat of mine. That I sampled a James Brown record, and I sampled it in a way where they couldn't come after me for the road for the sample. And
right. I was going to ask you that.
They tried.
Yeah.
They tried, and the publisher basically was like, "Hey, we've been waiting on you guys to call us. Here's the laws on this. You know, I'll go ahead and they emailed them, and they basically emailed back and was like, "Okay, cool, no problem." And they left.
There's nothing they could do.
Nothing they could do. That's and sometimes, wild. Sometimes those checks are like, a couple
he was
$100.
Living back then.
Huh?
James was alive back then, man.
He was, yeah.
James was alive back then. That's crazy. So,
yeah, bro.
All this coming in what, your 20s?
That was in my 20s, yeah.
Damn.
And I was touring, and I was, yeah.
That's dope. That's pretty cool, man. We got to get into a you episode because I'm serious, man. You got a lot, bro. The story you told. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna say no names and none of that stuff, but like some of your stories, man, we gotta, yeah.
Some of those scary industry stories.
Oh my, very scary industry stories. Yeah,
very.
I don't want no parts. Like I don't even. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
Yeah, let's leave that one right.
Yeah, it's just. But what else were we going to talk about? Oh, you said you said fuck that. So you said would you let your lady do OnlyFans?
Yeah, would y'all Trey?
Where did that question come from?
Why? Oh, because I smoke cigars once or twice a month with a couple guys, and last night was cigar night. So
okay,
we were talking about it because one of the guys was like, "Yo, I wouldn't let my wife do if she had to show her face. I wouldn't let her do it, but if it was just like boobs down, I would." So then I chime in and I'm like, I can't do that either. And my man across the table was like, I'll tell you what my wife should be doing when she can make a lot of money. We all like, what? It got quiet. He said, selling feet pictures, bro.
Yup. I told my mind the same thing.
Yeah.
I said, do some foot videos, man, for the perverts out there that got feet fetishes and shit.
Yo, there's much money in that.
Money.
So we start talking about it, and I'm just like, you know what, bro? That's about as far as I could go is the feet. I couldn't let them know. It wouldn't matter because my wife doesn't have tattoos, but that's just Nah. Nas said you
I don't.
listen.
I think I'll
Nas
be with the
said you
feet.
tell your man now, not even your girl is sacred.
Yeah,
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 my bad.
yeah.
I didn't cut you off.
No, you good. I just I don't know. I think I would agree though. Like I can only do the feet.
Yeah.
I can't. Because I'm thinking in my head because the old question with me always growing up is could you date a stripper? Remember those debates and shit like that? Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you like, well, mine was always because I was never like a jealous type of nigga. Like you can see mine, but you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
OnlyFans, you seen her busted wide open and all types of crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like
You know how many
I
girls?
couldn't.
Nah, I couldn't do it either. There's a bunch of girls on YouTube right now making videos warning other girls like, "Don't do
Trey
it."
talking about he's saying the same. I can't do it.
Mine's just-
Cause don't get me wrong, it's someone that a lot of them on there came up, especially during the pandemic. They came up millions of dollars off of that off
Millions.
OnlyFans.
That's
Millions of dollars.
wild.
Bought houses and cars. You know what I mean? Changed their life. They got new teeth and shit. You know what I mean? Off OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Lil Ray, her son, Lil Ray done got all the, you know what I mean? He got a PS5. You know, he got all his little friends over at the new house.
Eating
You know what I'm
good.
saying? Eating good. All she doing is making 15-minute videos a day. And y'all paying that subscription and she getting paid like a mug. But I would do the foot fetish stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's money in that.
Yeah. I could
A lot of
definitely
money. All you gotta do is record yourself lotioning your feet. They love that shit.
put it in chocolate pudding and hey girl, send me a picture.
Oh man. Trey said he know a couple that's eating off his girl, I guess, giving head videos or whatever.
Oh,
Or just sucking dick. I don't know what she doing, but they eating off it.
but her face is on it.
Yeah, is her face on it? Because if her face on it, I mean, then you really just don't give a fuck. You just out here making money.
Yeah,
like that's the crazy. Like you really don't give a damn.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't give a damn.
Nah, at all.
Because you're not gonna tell me you ain't kissing her,
right?
Like is she just sucking dick, or is she sucking dick and making videos like to post it? Like I gotta know. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
Like, are they recording it and getting paid off the video, or they just recording because she's sucking dick and here go $40? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's questions. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. But like,
don't they charge per like video and picture? Like, because a friend of mine was telling me that he got curious about a certain Instagrammer, so he went and he paid the $10 to like the first month,
right?
And he said once you get in there is a couple pictures of her, and then it was all like videos and pictures where it was like, hey, tip me $10, and then then you could see this picture. And he was like, yo, what this joint was a setup. So she got my $10. Yeah.
That's all it is, though. It's playing on these motherfuckers' hormones, and they're going for it and spending their money because they have a chance to see somebody that they've admired and lusted for and all this shit on Instagram when she posted bikini pictures and you like, oh, I wish I could see her naked. I want to hit that or whatever. And you finally get the opportunity to get as far as you possibly can get without meeting her, seeing her naked, watching her play with herself, whatever fuck she doing on the OnlyFans. And they're gonna pay for that. They're gonna spend their money. Crazy to me. Like they're gonna spend their money and they that hard up.
Yeah, I don't. That's wild, bro. Yo, I just got to.
Oh, he's saying it was all they would record themselves. They would record themselves and put the video out. So they were like,
okay,
a porn couple. So she wasn't sucking other people's dick, but they were a porn couple.
Right.
All right. Hey. He was always trying to show me, and I'm like, I don't want to watch you fuck your main girl.
Like, you sure? I mean, you sure, man? I got you. It's free.
Yo, no, man. I don't want to watch you have sex with your chick, man. That's your girl, man. I don't want to watch you have sex. Like, what the fuck?
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good, bro.
They got it. They had to be no disrespect, but that's some white people shit. I mean,
hey,
If it's because there's a bunch of stuff that black people do as man, but that sounds like some. Were they white? I just want to know. I just want to know.
Listen,
But
bro.
what?
Listen, man. Everybody's wild like that now.
Yeah.
I think
You can't even say that no more. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You can't even say that no more. That could be a whole Shit's changing, man, and I'm feeling old. See, they was black. They was
Right.
black.
Was they?
Yeah, they was black. He said they was black. But that's what I'm saying. Stuff is changing. I'm starting to feel old because everything's changing. And it's not like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he said the chick was bad though. He said the chick was bad.
Yeah, but man. That's
I
like
couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. That's like that chick that just found out. You hear the story where the chick at a college somehow she like was looking through like to see like her followers and all that.
Mm.
And she realized that one of her favorite professors was a subscriber and that he had paid for all these extra pictures and videos. But I'm like, okay, why is that a story? Are you what? Are you offended? Like you put it out there, my
It's
man.
for the public.
Yeah.
How are you offended?
And she was upset. It's like,
Why? What? Like how? You put it out there for the public.
Bro.
He's paying for it. That's what you told him to do.
Exactly.
And he got the money. I'm sure he's a professor. He probably got 10 years, can't get fired, all that. You know what I mean? So it's like, but you put it out there. How are you? That's weird. You're
weird.
Ashamed that someone who's close to you that you know and that you probably hold to a high regard seen you that way and was engaging and buying more of it and actually liked it. And now you're thinking about what was he thinking about when I was talking to him yesterday in his office or after class when we talked for 10 minutes at on last Thursday. What was he thinking then? Like, you know what I mean? You're thinking like that now. Because now you see that he's been over time, he's been buying all your pictures, but you can't get mad at that when you put it out there for the public.
Yeah, at all, bro. At all.
Get mad at that.
And then I think I don't know if she was trying to get him fired, but the university put out a statement and basically was like, he didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't.
He didn't break any crimes, and we're in support of adults being adults, and that's it.
The closet hoes.
Jeez, like.
That's all it was. She was upset that somebody knew that was close to her and potentially spreading it because you know they talk, especially if you work somewhere, you got coworkers and everything else. You know, other professors talk to other professors. Yo, shorty in my class, she got an OnlyFans, son. Check this joint out, man. Let's scrolling through. La. She busting it wide open right here. You know what I mean?
Like, hey, you know that girl Patterson?
So now you're upset that people know. That's just weird, man.
It is weird, but bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, we live in a day and age where people can set themselves up and then still be the victim.
Yeah.
And it's guilty by a jury of Instagram.
Some people like playing the victim.
Yep. That's exactly what that is.
And then so the internet only heightens, you know what I mean, them playing a victim. But for those that's in here watching, man, remember please to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We appreciate y'all listening, tuning in with us, man. Trey, we appreciate you tapping in with us and fucking with us. But yeah, man, just please like, share, and subscribe. So how much can you take in a relationship before you say it's time to move on?
That's a trick question, really. For me, anyway.
Why is it a trick question?
It's a trick question because I was just having this conversation yesterday with some friends, right? Mm-hmm. And I was telling them how when I was on the road, I just got married. And I was out on the road and I'm having a conversation with a couple guys. And then one of them says, yeah, man, just remember it. Happy wife, happy life. And all the guys are like, yeah. And I'm like, yo, y'all all sound stupid. It turned into this argument because I'm telling them, like, I'm not about to condition my wife to think that just because it makes her happy is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you can't
believe in right? I believe in happy house, happy spouse, or happy spouse, happy house. I think it's both of us.
But that's what I'm saying. It's both, right? That's the trick, right? So the whole thing is like, look, I'm not a controlling dude. I don't really question my wife's spending or none of that. But when I say, listen, do not spend another cent on this again because we don't need it, blah, blah. I'm not demanding it. I'm just saying, like, I'm asking you to respect my authority in the
I'm
house.
asking you to respect our priorities.
Right,
If I'm telling
exactly.
you not, it's for a reason.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And they were like, no, man, you're gonna learn. So like one
But
thing,
learn what though? Learn that whatever makes her happy is gonna go.
what
Like
happy wife,
just
happy
so
life.
she don't shut up. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because like that don't I don't know. That's weird.
But so it turned into an argument and basically I was telling them like, yo, I don't anything that there's a problem for me, I'm speaking up right away because I'm the type of person if you can't respect me, I'm out the door. And I was telling them about a situation and they were like, dude, what? You did that, man? You can't. And I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. I said, listen, if this happens, then this is gonna happen. So you did it, and now boom. And I'm type of person like if I tell you if you do that again, I'll get in my car and go back to Philly. You'll never see me again. I'm gonna do it just so that I don't end up looking stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, at the end of the day, I think for both people in a relationship, I think respect should, I mean, that should be one of the top priorities, whatever, in a relationship.
it should be
Because
no.
once something like that is gone, it's it's pretty much no. Because if you don't, if a motherfucker don't respect you, especially as a man, you know what I mean, so much as you already dealing with, being a man, and I
Right.
don't think women understand the pressures of being a man in America, especially a black or brown, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I don't think they understand the pressures that come with being a man and like that in America. But once you can't get respect at home, it's like I don't know.
It's a wrap.
It's over with. So
It's a wrap.
yeah, they don't.
Unless it can be fixed, unless somehow everybody accepts their issues in the relationship is not going to work. And a lot of times what happens is men are supposed to basically just suck it up, pause, like just take the shot and act like, yeah, everything's cool. You know what I mean? Everything's cool. Like where women could be like, oh, I'm so upset because of blah, blah. But when men do it, it's like, yo, man up, bro. You being a bitch right now. It's like, no,
Right,
I got
right.
feelings too. It's a chick on Instagram. I mean, she's on TikTok, but I see her stuff on Instagram. People like shit. But all she do is basically come at women online, like, yo, she had this joint. She was talking about like, yo, this modern feminism stuff that y'all buying into is literally designed to break up black and brown families, period. And y'all buying into this shit. She was talking about how like she's like, y'all will trash men because they say that they only like a certain type of women and this and that. And he's like, but y'all over here buying everything that Cardi put out, everything that Megan Thee Stallion put out, y'all buying it. Meanwhile, y'all ain't got no man and they telling you, fuck these niggas. Blah, blah. She like, them bitches go home, they got husbands.
They got husbands and boyfriends.
Right. And your dumb ass is without a man because you want to be in the club and rapping this shit in niggas' faces. Like, why they trying? And that's true. She's like, yo, that's disrespectful to walk up to a guy in a club that ain't even messing with you. He literally having a good time. She starts telling the story. Like, I'm at a club. I'm watching this girl do this. The dude is just trying to have a good time. She come up. She like, that. Like, it's a Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
But I don't listen to Megan Thee Stallion, so I don't know. So she was saying like, now, why is that okay? But if a guy does that to a woman, so she's breaking it down and she's just like, yo, y'all are literally buying the most destructive thing to us right now. You just buying it. But and she's right. I love when women when they check other women like that. Like, yo, that man got feelings. You know what I'm saying?
At the
Like,
end of the day, right and wrong is wrong. And
yeah.
I think people really tend to forget that men have feelings as well. Even though a motherfucker try to sound or be hard or tough or whatever, at the end of the day, everybody got fucking feelings.
Everybody. Did you ever hear Bill Burr talking about wanting to buy a pumpkin?
No.
I'm gonna send you the link tonight when we're done with the show. You got to hear it, bro. But he's basically talking about how you know, you get brought up as a boy to like, hey, keep everything inside. Like, you don't cry, you be tough.
Right.
And he's like, yo, all I wanted to do is buy a pumpkin. And he kept like, Bill Burr, he's a master at like, but he's talking about how he drove back and forth he kept going to the supermarket, getting back in his car, going back home. He's like, fuck, I want to buy this pumpkin. Like, yo, it's funny as shit, bro. It's hilarious.
Trey said he met Megan Thee Stallion. He said, I got no respect for hoes. So
cool though, I met Megan Thee Stallion like
yeah.
I'll be ready.
I met Megan 2 years ago.
Right.
We were standing right in front of Tony's. She came out. Yeah,
she related to
Pam them niece. Right. Pam them from 38th Street.
Right. You know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know what the hell you talking about.
No, but I was gonna tell you about Trey. Trey's one of my homies, man. He's a family member, but he's dope as shit.
Okay.
He's an army vet like I am. But he trains attack dogs. And he trains attack dogs, and he goes around like NBA players and celebrities and stuff like that, and he'll train their dogs for them. So like with Megan, he said he met her. He said he trained her dog. Chick made my head hurt.
Trey, what was she doing?
So he also transports dogs. So if your dog is in New York, or you just bought a dog in New York and you want him in California, he'll go pick it up and bring it. I mean, he got a whole little route he'll take. He'll show you the route he's taking around the country. And he'll be like, if your dog is, one of these cities, and he'll transport it for you.
That's dope.
But yeah, he worked with Anthony Davis, James Harden, obviously Megan Thee Stallion, Jordan Clarkson, a whole bunch of just NBA players and celebrities and shit like that.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
I got to bring him up too, because I know he got funny ass stories and he don't give a fuck about telling them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely got to cam him up one day.
We got to cam him up. Hey, if you're ever in Nashville, bro, you need a tour guide, hit me up. I'll take you around town, take you to some good food spots.
I think he been to Nashville before. The motherfucker live fucking 10 minutes away from me right now. I mean, okay. I just saw his ass yesterday at the football game.
He said,
but he said, look, run at her mouth, extra. She was real extra.
You should have asked her why she tried to set up Tory.
Shut up, bitch. That's why you trying to set Tory up. Your foot ain't shot. Like, yeah.
I want to see the mocks. You know they shot me up here on 15, right?
I hate them motherfuckers, man. I hate them motherfuckers.
He took like 10 grand off me. I was right there.
Listen, young buck. I'd rather you fucking stab me than shoot. The motherfucker shot me, man. But I was right there on 5th and Cambridge, man. Motherfucker shot me. I went around this back when I used to toot. You know what I mean? I used to get my toot on. I went around there to go get me a little $10 bag. I mean, I had Girly around the corner. I just met Girly around the corner. Your uncle was going to have some fun that night. I go around there to get a little dime bag. Them little young punks got beef. They come around there, man. I caught one in the shoulder, man. That shit crazy.
Caught one in the shoulder. And then they want to give you like a line, but with their eye. Hey, wrong place, wrong time, young. Yep. That was it. Wrong place.
Man, listen, don't lose your head trying to chase a piece of tail.
Oh my God.
But they always got some more of the story is.
Right. More of the story is.
The moral of the story is always check your back pocket. Somebody might cut your back pocket out and steal your wallet. Like, what? We were talking about pizza. Right. Went from pizza to money to don't watch. Make sure you check your back pockets because they might cut your wallet out. What?
Oh man. Hey, somebody texted me and asked me if I took some CBD. No, I just listen. If you just tuning in, I had Apple Crown in here. All right. I'm grown. I can have some Apple Crown. It was Apple Crown and Sean.
Man, listen, he had Apple Crown in there with 2 ice cubes.
You hear me? Right here.
It was 2 ice cubes, and he didn't even sip that shit through the show. He just like I looked up at the 20-minute mark on the show. I looked up and it was empty. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I get royalty checks, Pimp My Ride and shit." I was like, "Oh, word." Like, he was like, "Yeah, man, motherfuckers, man, fuck Exhibit, man."
I did a movie with Tom Cruise up here on
Town. I was out there on La Brea with Tom Cruise back in 2005.
A lot of people don't know Tom Cruise was in
And
Rocky.
then, that's the crazy part. Cup dried in a motherfucker. How that cup looks washed.
Bro, listen. I meant to sip on this, Trey. And look what happened, bro.
Oh, you got a little corn.
That's a little something right there. I'm gonna hold on 1 second. You know what? I think it's safe to say that there's nothing else in there, bro.
Yo,
Look.
fucking stupid.
Look, it's nothing. Look, a second ago there was like a little amber color, like an amber. But the amber color has gone, and there's only a bitch named Amber downstairs. But
yo,
that's it. Look.
So are you full Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my last name though, I don't have a typical Puerto Rican last name though.
Oh wow.
I'm from Spain, so I think.
Oh, so y'all got lisps and shit because everybody in Spain got the lisp.
No, listen, the last name comes from Spain, but everybody's from Puerto Rico, as far as I know. Okay. Yeah, like my last name is Oquendo. There was a famous baseball player. I think he played for Cincinnati. Remember that? Oquendo?
But it's still Puerto Ricanish. If I hear it, I'm it's Spanish.
But it's not like Rodriguez or Gonzalez.
Oh yeah, my grandma and them Santiago. Everybody thinks I'm Cuban because my last name is Castro. So it's like, oh, you're Cuban. He's like, Fidel Castro wasn't even Cuban, right? Like,
exactly.
Come on, man. What's wrong with that?
That's like people that wore the Che Guevara shirts. Remember when I was popular and I'm like, yo, this dude was a mass murderer, bro.
Right.
Like, no, he was a revolution. Yeah, go find out what he was revolutionizing.
People don't. They look at like the aluminum foil. They never unwrap it and look under and look at the plate. You know what I mean? Just look at the aluminum foil.
Hey, here's a break for you. Oh, my bad.
I thought it was the white boy Aja do it.
Who do it? The white boy Hacha?
We'll do it. The white boy Aja.
Shout out to Mont, man. I think Mont is at the gym or something right now.
Who do it? The white boy.
Shout out to my man Mont, man. He gonna be on here one of these days whenever he decides to tap in. We're gonna keep this shit alive though.
I was trying to play this joint right here.
Yeah, give away.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your last name? Santiago. Dead giveaway.
Yo, well, I sampled 2 parts of that joint. The first part of the Yo,
why did you sample it?
You should have seen me. I was here because we was talking about it. So I went and I was like, yo, let me put a couple of them Jones, like a couple samples in the Roadcaster. And then I start, like 20 minutes. I'm literally time stamping stuff like, all right, I think I'm gonna use the first hook and then the last hook where it's real hype. That's why the last hook sound like this. It's the build-up.
It's the build-up.
Oh man, let me see
what back with the dead giveaway.
Giveaway.
It's the build-up, man. That shit is hilarious,
bro. I don't know why this Apple Crown hit me quick. Oh no, that's a booty joint right there. Corny. Yo, that's the most epic. Like that will never go out of style.
No, and everybody knows what that means. Good try.
Right, exactly. Yo, you know what? Actually, hold on. Not to sidetrack, but I had to tell you something earlier. I was telling you earlier that you messed with my brain.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Bro, now anytime I click on a fight video on Instagram or like a video, like when you see it and you know it's gonna be like something ratchet or like a fight or you know what I mean? I'm always now expecting to hear, you never know your favorite enemy.
Yeah, I got it brainwashed.
You literally brainwashed me, bro.
I put that song behind a video from like K&A, and it was a dude running from the cops, and he was going up a one-way, and the cops was driving behind him in the SUV. You saw it?
Yeah.
He double backed on them, so they had to back up. They couldn't turn around.
Right.
And by the time they came around the corner, he was pretending to be a bum laying on the sidewalk or whatever.
Yeah.
That shit got like 2 million views on Facebook.
On your joint?
Yeah, got like 2 million views on Facebook. So I was like, that's dope. But that that shit. But yeah, it's getting like that's why I started doing it for real, because it's funny ass videos that's going to catch you, and then the song,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not, it's going to be in your head because you keep watching the video.
Bro, I promise you, every time I see a fight video, I'm expecting that song to play. I'm like, freaking Meech.
That was
Mont
the whole
Pete.
purpose of it, man. That's good. I'm happy it's working.
What's the line though?
What the song?
What's the line?
The hook is you never know just who your friends and enemies. You never know just who your friend or foe.
Foes, right?
The crazy motherfuckers they pretend to be. You never know which way they're gonna go, or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't be remembering my verses, man. I'm like Snoop. I don't be remembering my songs. I gotta.
That joint catchy too, though.
Yeah, I recorded that song probably like 2016. I didn't do the video until like 2021. So I know it was during the pandemic. But yeah, I did that song like 2016.
2016.
Yeah, I recorded that song like 2016. That shit was old as fuck. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do a video for this. Fuck it. And I got my uncles to bring a couple of his friends. They went, the car club type shit. My uncle got a 65 Plymouth. Another one of his buddies got a Cadillac. He's from California, but he live in Philly. He got a Cadillac. He got, he got switches on the 2-door Cadillac. So I just had them, call you a couple buddies over, man, put something on the grill. Let's just kick it for 2 hours. You know what I mean? So when I showed up, they were there. I was like, oh shit. All right. So I got to wait on all my homies to get here. But when we did it, the video turned out crazy. It was a good video. And people was calling me, asking me, yo, you went to California to do that? Because one of his friends had a 6'4" Impala or 6'5" Impala. And on the front, he had a Cali license plate. So he was hitting switches in the middle of the street, whatever. We right there by the airport in Philly. And my uncle lived in like, I don't know, I forgot what it was called, but it's right there by the airport in Philly, up City Line Avenue. But yeah, people was like, you in California to shoot the video, man? That's dope. Why you ain't take me with you? Why you ain't say nothing? I was like, man, I was by the airport, bro.
Right.
I didn't go nowhere.
We photoshopped the palm trees.
No, it wasn't even that. It's just the way when you watch the video, the way it looks, it's like, yeah, I don't even think people look for the palm tree. I think they just saw the car and saw the license plate and just automatically, like, they didn't even think about it, but it was just funny.
That's crazy.
But yeah, bro. So what's this? Let me try to skim through. It's Travel Abroad. What's that one?
No, so I wanted to ask you about that because I know that you were in the military and you traveled. Like, are you like, do you like traveling, or you like more of a stay like in the city kind of like person, or what?
No, that's what I'm on now. Like, I'm at the point now in my 20s. I party. You know what I mean? I don't have any kids, so I partied in my 20s. I enjoyed life in my 20s, made money, lost money, yada yada yada. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm at the point in my life where I'm trying to build, and traveling is my hanging out. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to live, and I've been doing it. I'm living by the Royster 5'9". If I ain't got no business there, I ain't got no business there.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Because there's too much going on in the world, man, to be out here everywhere. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I live by that code. If I ain't got no business there, I ain't got no business there. When I go out, you know what I mean, I'm outside, as the kids like to say nowadays. You know what I mean? I'm on vacation somewhere. I don't want to go to on vacations in this country. That's another thing. Stop going to Miami and calling that a fucking vacation.
Yeah.
My outside is me traveling, me going to, I was in, funny as shit, me and my uncle, we were in Honduras. And we were trying to find some weed. So we asked the cab driver where they got weed. He was like, they got excursions down there. Go ask the guys doing the excursions, the 4-wheelers and all that. So I go down there and ask one of the dudes, right? I got $40. I'm just trying to get a little weed, you know what I mean? Last me the rest of the weed was on the cruise. So I'm trying to get the rest of my the weed to last us the rest of the cruise or whatever. So I go down, I'm like, look, man, I got $40, man. Who got some weed? You know what I mean? The Philly in me, the Philly in me kind of came out. Cause you can go to who got some bud, yo? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, who got some bud? So boy was like, oh, I can get you some weed. So we follow him back to the office, which is like right up the road. We walk up the road to the office. I guess he put his shit away or whatever and got the weed. we go to like, he's like, I'm gonna take you to our hangout spot before we start working. So we're like, we go down this little trail behind some houses. We like in the woods and shit's tropical fucking trees everywhere and shit.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, this is where we hang out or whatever. Yeah, Trey. So we roll a little joint. We back there smoking or whatever. So we smoked the joint. We was making small talk. Now it's like, all right, we about to leave. So me and my uncle turned to go back the same way we came. I look back, Buddy's walking the opposite direction, like further down the trail. So I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You coming? You're not going back to work? He's like, oh no, I'm done for the day. So I'm like, what the fuck? So we get back to the ship. I say, yo, what's the conversion rate here? Like, I'm just curious because I've been trying to figure out why he's just leaving. So come to find out though, it's like $40 was like, I don't know, like a month, 2 months worth of like $1,400 his money or some shit like that. I don't know,
Bro.
but yeah, it was like I fed them motherfuckers for like 2 months, man. I did something. I don't know what he did with that money, but I hope he flipped it.
Yeah, he probably took it home and man, you probably literally fed them for months, bro.
I better had, man. That weed was some bullshit. It was it was some bullshit. It wasn't even like, it wasn't no good weed at all, man. I got some bullshit. And I remember asking him, I think he said it was some big ass houses out there and they all look tropical, of course, and all that. So I was like, how much would one of these houses cost? And he was like, usually like $25,000, $30,000. I'm like, for one of these big ass houses? I said, man, I gotta come out here and live like a king, man. But yeah, that's my going outside, man. Traveling. I love to travel.
Good. Yeah, for those of y'all that don't know, me and Meech, we met through Mont. So we still getting to know each other. So that's another cool thing about these conversations.
Yeah.
We're literally all learning something about the two hosts on the show. So yeah, I was curious about that because I'm like, I think Meech seemed like the dude that like the travel dude. Like I'm definitely, me and my wife we love to travel, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Europe is the move.
When I lived in Germany, that flight from Germany back to Philly is 9 hours, I believe. It's like a 9-hour flight. That's a long ass flight. I would take that shit religiously. I'm not missing no time to come home. I'm coming back. I'm on that. I would get on it. That's why I want to go. I want to do the Maldives, Australia, and all that. There's some long ass flights. I want to go to Japan. I want to see Tokyo. Man, Tokyo is like, to me, Tokyo is one of the dopest cities. Just how they live and dope. Yeah, man. Tokyo got the car vending machines. We just now getting that with Carvana. Tokyo been doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that.
How they live over the edge, like just a straight up parking deck, like that shit on. You know what made me look that up? It was Fast and the Furious with Bow Wow, and he went and got the car. He went and got his car out the garage, and it was like 3 cars. He's just like, oh, that's my car, and it was like on different levels, and they were bringing them down and shit.
Yeah, and they just come off the thing, and then you just drop them off. Boom. Yeah.
And I looked it up. I'm like, Tokyo really got that shit. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, so I wanna check them out. Technology wise, Japan is doing pretty well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know that I have much interest in Asia yet. Right now, I'm still focusing on Europe. So we've been to Italy twice. We want to go one more time.
Yeah, I want to go. I didn't get to enjoy Italy like I wanted to.
That place.
I can believe it. Trey said he almost took a job in Germany and said, fuck America, probably 2 weeks ago. I don't blame you. I mean, I got a couple of homies that got out the army. One of my homie, Kev, he's from shout out to Kev, that dude. He's a rap artist from he's from LA, but he's currently in Germany. He's been there like the last 10 years. My homie Bahulu, my African homie I was in the army with, he probably been in Germany the last 10 years. They get out the army, they like it over there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So Germany's pretty cool, man. Like, and I still got homies that's in the army. One of my homies that's in the army, he's still he's back in Germany. So I mean, he's loving it.
Yeah, one of my former students ended up going out there for the Air Force, and he's still money. He stayed, yeah.
Making money. The Air Force made money. I had a homie that was in the Air Force. I met him in a club, just partying and shit.
Yeah.
And you meet people through other people, whatever. And I ended up meeting dude or whatever. And I would just see him when we would hit the clubs. I would see him. You know what I mean? He was in the Air Force. We was in the Army. We were on different bases or whatever. But when we got to Afghanistan, he was over there. And I was like, oh, shit, fuck you. You know what I mean? Be safe, man. You know what I mean? Small talk, whatever. But he left he did 6 months. I did 12. In his 6 months, he made more than I did in my 12. Money I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah. The Air Force treats you way better than the Air Force standard of living is higher than the Army standard of living. So if you have a class that you're taking and you have to come to an Air Force base for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever, or I mean, an Army base for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And you have to live there while you're doing this class. And you know what I mean? You get paid extra because you're living under the standard of living of the Air Force because you're on an Army base.
Huh. That's interesting.
They definitely pay you better and they give you more freedom. You know what I mean? If you're young and you're a soldier joining the Army, you don't have any dependents. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to allow you to live off base. The Air Force give you more freedom. They'll allow you to live off base. They'll give you a cost of living allowance, all that shit.
Dang.
So, yeah, I should have listened to my mom. I should have joined the Air Force.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that was even a thing.
Yeah.
There's different standards for each.
Oh, yeah. 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 Air Force is like, they're like the Sadiddy cousin in the family. The Air Force. They're like the aunt who never had kids and come around with all the flashy clothes on. And
Right.
That's the Air Force. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Air Force.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. If I was my mom wanted me to go to the Air Force because she thought it was safer, but everybody in my family was Army, man. So I'm like, I'm not about to come around here in some Air Force uniform while the rest of these motherfuckers got on Army uniforms, and, you know what I mean? Or retired. But yeah, traveling is different though, man. I always love enjoying seeing how other people live.
Yeah.
I'm you know what I mean? Like on some nerd shit. Like when we went to Belize and the dude wanted to take us on a tour, I was like, man, don't show me like tourist stuff. I want to see how y'all live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he took me to the little hood and you know what I mean, bought me a little weed and all that shit. Like it was fun.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make you appreciate America. Like you wonder why people come from other countries and don't mind living in the projects or don't mind living in, you know what I mean, on Water Street. You know what I mean?
Coming from Haiti, Water Street is a palace.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I like to travel, man.
You ever been to you did Jamaica already? I want to go back to Jamaica.
I've been to the Bahamas. I've been all up and down the Bahamas, but I still not have gone to Jamaica. I've been to PR, Virgin Islands, but still.
I ain't get to Puerto Rico yet.
No?
No, I ain't get there yet.
Yeah, you got to do it, bro.
I got to.
You got to do it. Puerto Rico's gorgeous, man. The Caribbean in general is just
beautiful, man.
But like you said, don't go to Miami and be bragging about.
That's what I'm saying. People go to Miami and like you just caught a $55 Spirit flight. Like, yeah, come on, man. Like,
right. I'm glad
if you even flew into Miami, because people be in Fort Lauderdale talking about we in Miami. So it's like you're in Broward, man. You're not in Dade County. So, but yeah, like I don't know. I just tried to, like I said, go places because I got that from my mom's when I was a kid. My mom was a single mother, but she made sure that she took me and my brother on trips. Like we went to Canada, we went to the Bahamas, and you know what I mean, just different places. She wanted us to see how other people live. So I kept that shit going. I like it. It's fun.
That's dope.
What's running from the cops in vehicles and on foot?
Nah, because like on Thursday, I couldn't sleep, so I started watching these videos, bro, of people on motorcycles running from cops on the highways.
I believe it is.
Some of dudes where they got the GoPro on, and
they recording themselves,
bro.
It's the dumbest shit ever.
It is the dumbest shit ever, but it's also you can't look away.
No, it's like a car crash.
Yeah, and I was telling you, my man from Cali, he's in bed already, but I'm gonna have him drop in on us. That dude in Cali would run from the cops on his bike, and I asked him.
I need some of those stories, man, because like some of those roads, depending on where he was, I'm pretty sure like he was. But how fast was he going though to get away from the CHP?
Dude, the thing is, he said, because you know LA is a lot of traffic. So like on the 405, if you're a good motorcycle, you can get away on the 405. Because they can't get around all those cars. Right. And you know, in LA, you can split lanes. You know what that means?
Yeah.
So they can drive in between cars. It's not, bro, this dude got up to 175 on his street bike, bro. in LA I think on the 5 freeway, which is like, yeah, dude he's a bad boy, bro. With the
That's scary speed right there. When you ever drive so fast and you look down at the speedometer and you be like, oh shit, like I'm going
Well,
that fast.
my dad says that at 110, everything is coming like it's far away, and then when you blink, bro, and it's like, it's just like.
That's
And he was
crazy.
telling my dad stories, and my dad was like, "Bro, I thought I was crazy. You're a nutcase."
Right, 175.
175.
You
Bro.
almost going 200 miles an hour. What?
Yeah, and I'm like, "How do you slow down?" He's like, "Basically, it's gonna be a mile."
Yeah, it's gonna be a mile of slowing down. It's gonna be a mile of slowing down.
Yeah, bro. But he was telling me a story today because I was like, "Yo, I want to bring you on the podcast, whatever." And I said, whatever. And he's like, "Oh, I could talk about the time that we basically swerved out of a way of it was an accident. And if they weren't paying attention, he said he would have flipped over the car, and my brother-in-law would have flipped over the car. They were going down one of the canyons in California. That's just straight. And dude, you can't see around those turns. There's video and pictures of these dudes going down those turns, bro, at 75 miles an hour, leaning like inches away from the floor, bro. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Knee inches off the. Yeah, I'm cool.
And this cat, and this dude's like,
I'm laying that down.
I'm
gonna lay it down. I know I'm gonna lay that joint down. I'm not about to be sitting here leaning on my motorcycle with my knee inches off the floor. I'm laying it down.
Yeah, I thought he was bullshitting, but he don't do stuff like that no more. But he just sold his street bike because he's about to have a kid, and he's like, all right, I'm definitely done.
Right.
But a couple months ago,
responsible of him.
Yeah. He says he's gonna get his they're having a boy, so he said once he hit like 5 years old, he's gonna train him like his dad trained him. But
okay.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so right before he sold the bike, we was going to my brother-in-law's house. My brother-in-law lives like 8 miles away, right? So he's in the garage and we're like, yo, what's up? You coming? He's like, yeah, I'll catch up with y'all. I'm like, all right, cool. We get in the car. I'm in the back seat. I'm not even driving. His wife is driving. We get about 5 miles away from the house. And once you get to that point, is a strip that's 2 miles long and there's no lights, no nothing. It's just a long strip. So we at the light turned green. We start going and she goes, oh, here comes Nick. Bro, I don't even get my head, pause, all the way around my shoulder. Literally, as soon as I turn like this, gone, bro. Gone. We get to the house. I'm like, bro, how fast were you going? He's like, $130.
That's crazy.
Bro,
he said y'all ever see the dudes in Hellcats that run from the cops for fun?
Yeah. He was the one who put me onto the videos. The dudes
that's why cops in Florida now have Corvettes.
Right. And soon they'll freaking have Lambos in Miami, just like India.
I believe it.
Yo, I was going to tell you, damn, what was I going to say? No. So, the other night when I was watching those videos, is a Philly joint where a dude is on Kelly Drive riding his bike and a helicopter starts following him. Have you seen that one?
But he's crazy if he's on Kelly Drive. If he's on Kelly Drive doing this bullshit, he fucking with his life for real.
I'm gonna send it. I know. That's why I was like, yo, I gotta watch. It's like 20 minutes long.
You playing with your life. If y'all don't know about Philadelphia and Kelly Drive and Lincoln Drive is one of the craziest streets. Kelly Drive is it's a 4-lane highway going both ways. It's 2 lanes going both ways, but the lanes are so small and it's windy the whole way. So you got to make sure you don't know how many accidents people have died. Teddy Pendergrass was Lincoln Drive when he got paralyzed.
Yeah. Hey, and now Meech. Now you know how, like you just said, those roads. Now imagine those roads being on 1,000 to 2,000 feet up mountain, and you're going down that windy road, but you're going down
like on some California shit.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff they be doing on them bikes, bro.
No, I'm cool, bro. Look, Trey said it. He said it's a stretch of road outside of Vegas. He said they be running 200 plus. He got his Benz up to 160 and bitched up.
160?
He said he got his Benz up to 160 and bitched up.
Man, listen. Yeah, I mean, in that situation, I'm good. If it's on a strip where you can you ain't gonna kill nobody's kids,
Right.
You know, my thing is like, bro, that's all fun and games until you run some lady and her child off the road. You know what I mean? Like then all of a
That's
sudden,
why you got to make sure. Like down here, they be doing that shit. I seen what they had a Hellcat versus a Corvette down here. Trey, I'm talking about Beaver. Beaver was racing. He had a SR, I think he had an SRT8 or something. He had a Hellcat. But they was racing on this, they was racing on 261. So they had this 261 is just a 2-lane highway, one going this way, one going the other way. But it's no street lights. It's all dark country ass road. And these niggas, it's like 9-10 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? They was talking shit at the little bar, so they brought it out to the road. You know what I mean? Then they run it, but it's like it's still traffic coming. Cars are coming down the road. Not as much because it's the country, but I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are crazy, man. They out here racing cars in the middle of the night. It's dark as shit out here. I was like, man, hell no, man. I'll be scared I'm gonna fuck somebody's shit up. The
right.
wrong bump, turn, whatever. You going in the ditch, somebody's yard, or God forbid, into another car. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
We watched the guy, me and my wife were at a light, and we watched the guy. He was coming straight in the car. The other car took the red light and churned, and boom, he flipped over. Doing when he landed, he slid like a good 15 yards, and a freaking cop was at the gas station. So the cop comes running to the thing. He starts checking his pulse, and next thing you know, the cop takes his jacket off and he puts it on him, and he starts directing traffic. And he's like freaking out, calling people on the radio, bro.
Wow.
Dude died on the spot. And then we looked it up on the internet like 3 days later.
He died.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
That shit crazy. You gotta be careful, man.
Careful, bro.
No, the guy with the SRT8, Trey said he tried to race him in it when he first came home.
Race Beaver Audi.
When he first came home from the military, and the bridge they was racing at, he said it's killed a few people.
See? That's where you at? You in Vegas, Trey?
No, he's down here with me. He lives like 10 minutes from me.
Oh no, you did say that. Yeah, my bad.
But no, he goes out there and you know what I mean, all over with the dogs and everything else, so training and stuff.
That's
so
dope.
I think matter of fact, he was living in Vegas at one point. He was living in Vegas at one point. I forgot about that.
No, I don't know how anybody, no diss to nobody, but bro, Vegas is get you there for 48 hours and then grab your shit and get out, bro.
I got my homie Al. I got to bring him up because he's in the Air Force right now on like National Guard type stuff.
Yeah.
But he was there he lived in Vegas for 6 years. My homie Al right now lives in Vegas. He does the Air Force National Guard and he does armed security at a hotel. And him and his wife bought a house out there and all that shit. And I'm like, I don't know how you live in Vegas, man. I don't want to live in vacation spots because I think it ruins the vacation spot for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, easily, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amongst other things, all kinds of temptation. I mean, damn, they call it Sin City.
Oh yeah, of course. That's why I said it was horrible. I thought it was horrible. Money wise, it was good, but everything else, it was horrible to put an NFL team in Vegas. It was a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Look what happened already. You got Henry Ruggs. Was it Henry Ruggs? Yeah, killed somebody, and that man might never play football again. You still don't know if you don't know if he's going to jail or not.
He hasn't even been sentenced yet.
Mm-hmm.
So already he's down 2 seasons.
He said Vegas, the slums. It's like living. So he said it's like living in The Walking Dead.
Hey, there's a
no. You obviously have not been to Kensington, my brother. I will take you one of these days, Trey. We're going to have to take a road trip to Philly, and I'm gonna show you what we call Kensington Beach, aka that's the beach. When niggas say I'm going to the beach, oh, you going to Kensington? That's Kensington Beach now.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Wow. So, because you go down there to get wet, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you did there. I like
go down there to get wet, so it's the beach. You know what I mean? But that's what we call it. We call it Kensington Beach or Kensington or Zombie Land. So I don't know, man. That joint might give Vegas a run for his money because it's definitely. I took my homie down there. Remember Brown from the previous episodes? If y'all haven't, go to Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever. Listen to the Reggie Bucum Podcast. When we first started, we was doing all audio. But I had my homie Brown up there, Gaskoff. Remember the Gaskoff? Ever since we known each other in the Army, you know what I mean? We tell each other, but he's from Orlando. I'm from Philly. So we would tell each other about each other's cities.
Yeah.
I took him. So when he first came to Philly, he was like, man, take me around, man. Drive me around, whatever. I took him down Kensington. I'm driving down Kensington. And I look over and this motherfucker's crying.
For real?
He's crying. So I said, yo, what's wrong with you? He was like, yo, do you not see what the hell we looking at out the window? Like, you live here? And I'm like, I don't live in this neighborhood. But yeah, I live in Philly. Like, but he was like, yo, this shit is sad, man. He said, I just watched the dude at the light was just standing there shooting up into his leg. Like, it's to that point now, Pete. Like, if you go down Kensington, the cops will sit right there and dude be shooting up right in front of them. And
I heard that is a conviction free zone now. That's what I heard.
Unless it's not like some violent shit. If they just shooting up, the cops will tell them to leave.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard there's no penalty as long as you stay in that district.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk, Trey. But I was even talking about doing something with him as far as podcast wise for down here, but we got to bring him on. He'll be a good addition, a good guest. But Kensington is wild, man. I definitely got some stories too, and I'm sure Pete got some joints from back in the day. But Philly is lawless, man. Philly is really lawless. Like, unless you have illegal guns or dope in the car, you cool.
That's crazy.
You cool.
You see in California, they passed the rule, like, basically you could, the age of consent now is like 14.
What?
It's something crazy like that, bro.
It's going to be a lot of them Hollywood perverts.
What?
There's going to be a lot of them Hollywood perverts like Weinstein that don't care.
Notice this new law is passed right when the Me Too thing is cooling off.
Notice that this law is passed right when R. Kelly is already in jail. It says
right. Yo,
I'm not saying it's right, but you put the brother in jail and then pass the law. Well, I mean, I'm sure R. Kelly wishing he did everything in California now. So damn, I should do everything in Cali.
Dude, that bit that Darnell Rawlings has about listening to R. Kelly, I think I sent it to you.
I think so.
Dude, if you haven't seen that trade, just YouTube Darnell Rawlings R. Kelly. Dude, that bit is freaking genius, bro.
That shit is probably fun. I love Darnell Rawlings though, man. Look, he's a good comedian.
Yeah.
His shit. Like he said, I seen it on the Breakfast Club. He told him, he said, yeah, he was telling him a story or whatever, or, just talking. He was like, yeah, my dad died a couple weeks ago. And they started laughing. He was like, nigga, why the fuck is that funny? Like, but he's just funny. He's just one of those dudes. He can just talk and he's funny. You know what I mean?
He got a bit about Django too, about he was coming at Spike Lee. Because remember, Spike Lee said he didn't want to watch it because it was the N-word was in in the movie too many times.
Yeah,
he was saying that Quentin Tarantino always has the N-word in his movies. Darnell has a whole bit about that, bro. It's funny, bro. Matter of fact,
funny.
Hold on a sec.
How the fuck?
Oh, hold on. Oh, that.
How am I funny?
How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me?
A lot of people tell me I don't want to go see it because they use the nigger word too much. It's a fucking slavery movie. Fuck, we do a slavery movie without niggas in it. African American, get up on that tree.
African American.
African American, get back in the field. Black guy.
Yo, Darnell Rawlings is stupid.
Get back in the field, black guy.
It's a fucking slavery movie.
That nigga, yo, Django was, I don't know. Django is like a slavery movie I can't watch because I don't like watching. I don't like watching movies like that. But yeah, because it always makes you. When I go watch movies like that, like what was it, 12 Years a Slave and all that shit, they always make me come out hating white people for like 15 minutes.
Right.
And I don't be wanting to feel like that. So
you know what? I saw Django. I've only seen it once. And I mean, it was a little too heavy for me, I think. I mean, I get it, it's reality, but it's the same thing with I've never seen the Kill Bill movies more than once. I'm not with the gore and the blood, like I'm not with all that.
You don't like none of that?
It's just not the only.
I like some shit where I see fights. I'm like, oh shit, like he just snapped this motherfucker's neck with a pencil.
Yeah, I could do some of that, but when every freaking fight scene is blood's literally squirting out. The only movie that I didn't care about the blood splatter was Pulp Fiction.
I think the only movie, the thing that got me like that was Heath Ledger when he played the Joker. He slammed my man head into the thing with the pencil.
Yeah, the
I'm like,
pencil.
oh, you know what I mean? But this
Yeah.
like Django, like to speak on Django, go back Django.
What's up, Nikki?
Django is hilarious to me, man. Like Samuel L. Jackson in that movie is hilarious to me. Like he stole the movie, if you ask me.
He did. He did.
Leo DiCaprio is I don't know. He's amazing in that movie.
You heard the story about Leo not wanting that he got uncomfortable and told Tarantino to cut because he got uncomfortable saying the N-word. And Samuel Jackson walked up to him and was like, "Nigga, you better he said, "Nigga, you need to go ahead and get your motherfucking money, nigga." Like he told him like that. Come on, we got to get this money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the link. YouTube is on YouTube. Apparently, like he went up to DiCaprio and was like, "Hey man, I get this," and he was like dropping the N-word. Like,
Who said that?
Samuel Jackson walked up to him. And was like,
I believe it. I believe it.
Like
he got no star power.
But he did it in a way where it was like, "Yo, get comfortable, bro. Like you good. Nobody here." He was like, "Yo, get this money."
Yo, that KK scene.
Oh,
that KKK scene when they couldn't get the holes right, and I can't see a fucking thing. And he said, "Well, shit." Then Buddy got mad. He said, "My wife worked hard on these damn things. Now on, don't ask me or mine for nothing."
They started arguing amongst themselves.
Don't ask me or mine for nothing. That's when you know a motherfucker pissed off. When they say some shit, when a motherfucker say some shit like that, don't ask me or mine, nigga. Don't ask nobody in my fucking family, in my household. Don't ask me or mine for nothing.
Oh my God. Me or mine.
That's hilarious, man.
Oh my God, dude.
Yo,
oh my God.
I'm telling you, that's when you know a motherfucker is serious, man. When he say some shit like that. What? that's the white person's version of over my dead body.
Yep.
You know
you ain't, bro. You ain't even
know he had it up to here. Like, you know what I mean? Listen, over my dead body.
But yo, think about that. One guy wrote that whole movie. Like Tarantino wrote that whole movie. So those lines came out of Tarantino's. Like, that's genius that they start arguing amongst each other.
Yeah. It did. It brought comedy. It brought comedy to slavery. Comedy I didn't mind. You know what I mean? So
did you see the Hateful Eight? That's the one where where they had the chick in the cabin. Like the bounty hunters had her there, and then that one was really good.
The whole movie was in the cabin, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like
the whole movie is in the cabin. Yeah,
that's crazy. I watched that movie. That was a dope movie with Samuel L.
Dude, Tarantino wrote that movie, bro. Like he writes.
You gotta give people like Tarantino and Guy Ritchie their own styles of movies. Like, Guy Ritchie's movies are everywhere. You know what I mean? You've seen this person and this person and this person. But yeah, Tarantino is different, man.
Yeah.
Like Kill Bill and just the way it's filmed and everything else, the music. It's like Tarantino is just different.
I mean, Pulp Fiction, think about that movie, bro. That movie is beyond, it was so ahead of his time, bro.
What does Marcellus look like?
What?
Like,
what do you mean?
He's like, what? What ain't no country I ever heard? I ain't never been to what? He's like, what? Motherfucker, say what again? Say what again?
That movie is genius, bro. When
just like the little dialogue, this nigga's talking about what they call a quarter pounder in France, a Royale with cheese. Like, so it's like, bro, the dialogue is just funny a little bit. You know what I mean? And the shit they go through, Harvey Kink will come over, he's the cleanup guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Lou,
the wolf.
Cool. Django has to go into the Hall of Fame, I think, as far as like my slave movies, at least.
It might be the best one ever.
Because all we had coming up was Roots.
Yeah, and Donnell said I would take Django over Roots any day.
I mean, look, and then it's a great ending. He saves his wife and get the hell out of there. Man, it's a man. After seeing Django, all black people should have stood up and applauded in the theater. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they should have stood up and just clapped. There should have been an encore for Django.
It probably was plenty of theaters that where applause rang out. Yo, but let's talk about the dude, the guy that's helping Jamie Foxx the whole time. Did you see that guy in Inglourious Basterds?
Inglourious Basterds, yo, you took this out of me. No one talks about that movie either,
bro. Oh my God.
I love Inglourious Basterds, man.
You're right. Nobody talks about it, and that dude, if you ask me, is one of the top villains of the last 40 years in movies, bro.
Yeah, Django was dope, but yeah, yo, you know who your favorite character? Who's your favorite person on Inglourious Basterds?
It was him, the bad guy.
Yeah, that was your favorite person,
bro. He was, dude. I mean, look, he just played that part so well, bro.
He did. He's a great actor.
I'm the type of person a villain can sway me.
He's a great actor.
He's a great. And then you saw him in Django. You're like, yo, who is this guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Seen him in 2 movies, Django and both. You know what I mean?
Inglourious Basterds is really my shit. Like Brad Pitt was my favorite in Inglourious Basterds.
Genius, bro.
What?
That's my number 2.
When he had Main Man, they caught the Nazi and they was introducing the Bear Jew. And Buddy was First of all, when they filmed that scene, if you remember, you just heard him hitting the bat against the wall. Yeah, and it got louder and got louder as the closer he got to coming out. And I was wondering, like, the whole time I'm watching that scene, I was like, the fuck is he doing down there by himself in the dark? How far is he down there? It was just so many questions. And he finally came out, but he was like, I forgot dude's name, but he was like, hey, got us a Nazi that wants to die for country.
Yeah.
Oblige him. I was like, I thought that shit was hilarious.
It was dope too.
Like, yeah. Like I remember I went and watched that on base. I went and watched that because every army base has a movie theater.
Yeah. Oh,
so
really?
So we went and saw it on base and we watched it in there. And I don't know, the military, you see things differently from when it's your profession. You know what I'm saying? So when we watched that, everybody was in there laughing at shit. Like, you know what I mean? When he told him he's going to get yelled at, he's like, oh, I've been chewed out before. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody laughed at that shit. It was just funny as hell to watch it in that environment with those people and everything else.
And everybody can relate, right? All
great movie.
People in the theater.
That's I might watch that tonight, man, and smoke me a blunt or two. That's my movie right there.
Bro, there's a scene in that movie. If those of you that are listening, if you haven't seen this movie, I know Meech, you already know what I'm talking about. The scene where they're in the basement and the soldiers come and sit down at the table with them. That
in the beginning
scene, no, where they're supposed to be meeting a guy down in that basement, but they don't anticipate that there's German soldiers in there that end up coming and sitting with them. Remember?
Right.
So they start playing cards and taking shots
in the little bar and shit. Yeah.
Oh, that scene is so intense. When remember he made one little thing with the accent, and the German guy goes, "Can you say that again?"
Right.
Because it was like he said he was from a certain region, but
the dialect wasn't the same.
Yeah.
He told dude, he was like, aren't you from that region? And he came over. Yeah. And then the old girl got shot in the leg. That whole scene, he was like, he said, I guess we got us a Mexican standoff. Like,
yeah, bro, that scene is next.
When they were upstairs and they were still downstairs, and they were trying to got us
looking down the hatch.
But he was always so cool in the crazy situation. That's why I fucked with Brad Pitt, and then he had that dumbass country ass accent and shit, with the chin sticking out and shit, real army like. You know what I mean? Like the shit was just funny as hell. But that was a great scene, and that scene, and I want to say it was a couple like that scene, the scene in the beginning when they were hiding the Jewish people.
Yeah.
The theater scene when they were premiering the movie. Like that was, you know what I mean? All those scenes were dope. I'm definitely gonna watch that tonight now.
Yeah, that movie is a Trey. Trey's probably seen it 100 times. Nick, if you have not seen that movie is
What, Inglourious Bastards?
yes.
Oh, she said she loved it.
Yeah, do yourself a favor.
That's
You're
my shit.
listening. That movie is next level, bro.
It's funny as shit to me. Like I laugh like a motherfucker when I watch that shit. Another, before we get out of it, because we almost on 2 hours.
Yeah.
But another funny movie that nobody really gives credit to until you see it, but they don't really talk about it like that. Soul Man.
Never seen it.
You never
No,
seen Soul Man?
I don't think so.
With Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson.
Soul Man. Yeah, I have seen it.
Yo,
right. Yeah.
That movie is hilarious, man.
Yeah.
When Bernie Mac comes to get Samuel L. Jackson and try to convince him to do this show, at that scene at the apartment is the funniest scene. It's just, I don't know, like, why haven't y'all done movies together before? Because Samuel L. Jackson and Bernie Mac together is hilarious, my nigga.
I gotta rewatch that.
You the dog, motherfucker. Like that. He said, you got a pantry full of dog food. I don't see no damn dog. He said, dog under the bed. You lucky they didn't bite your ass. He said, you the dog, motherfucker. Yo, that scene is hilarious, man. I promise you, yo. I promise you.
I gotta rewatch that. You got me hype on it.
You gotta watch Soul Man.
It's been years, bro.
That movie is hilarious. Just catch the little stuff. Affion Crockett in there, like that. That shit is funny, man. I love Soul Man. When he shot the car had broke down and he was playing with Samuel L. Jackson's gun. And he was like, he shot the tire or whatever. Samuel L. Jackson told him to chill out, man. He's like, I know what I'm doing, or whatever. Shot the tire. He was scared as hell. I'm sorry, man. Are you all right? You hungry? You sick? You tired? Yo, Soul Man is not just okay, man. That joint is funny as hell, man. I love that.
You know what other movie is surprising? You know what other movie is surprisingly unmentioned?
What?
And it's in my top 5 movies ever. Life.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy and Martin.
That's a classic.
Bro, people do not talk about the movie.
And where the hell you think you going? Like, what? Life is a classic, man.
He said, which one of you niggas killed Santa Claus? He said, I killed a Santa Claus. It wasn't the Santa Claus.
Life is definitely in the Hall of Fame, man.
Oh, it's literally in my top 5 comedies all time, bro.
Life is hilarious, man.
Oh man! Then at the end, when he took the dude's watch, when he took his dad's watch back off, oh my god!
Yo, he said, "Say, don't even say the word watch. Don't even say the word watch. Say little clock or some shit."
Right? Hey, what about when the chick took the was giving the old dude the cards, and he came back in and said, "Hey, what was that bitch that brought me the drink?" He said, "What?" He said, "Whatever bitch I'm slapping."
Whatever bitch I'm slapping next time I come in.
That's what. Oh my god, bro.
Where's that bitch that brought me the drinks? What bitch? Either whatever bitch I start slapping next time I come in.
Oh my god, bro. That movie is quotable from
he said the money, fuck the money. I lost my daddy's watch. Fuck the money.
Ray's boom boom room.
He said, fuck that watch. He said, no, I'm just saying. He said, man, don't even say watch no more. Like the boom boom room.
Remember that shit?
Jangalang.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you about pitching Woo on the job, man. He was out there trying to get some ass.
Your hands simple.
Yeah.
Like
Yo.
Yo, that movie is classic, bro.
When the motherfucker's mom, when he got the letter and he couldn't read it, he said, I'm gonna hold on to this letter for like 3 weeks. He said, well, they wanted to tell you that your mama died. Your sister wanted to tell you that your uncle died. Like everybody just died, bro. It's like, what the fuck?
On the other side, he said,
like, yo, that's that shit, man.
Oh man, that movie is, bro.
Life is definitely a classic. And before we get out of here, another joint that people sleep on, it's the movie that introduced me to Jason Statham. Yeah, first time I ever saw him, it was like
Which one?
01. Snatched. It's a movie called Snatched.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's a movie called Snatched with Jason Statham, Brad Pitt. It's a few other people in there.
That movie is super underrated.
Super underrated. I think
that
that's
a
a
Guy
guy.
Ritchie
That's a Guy Ritchie film, I believe.
Bro, Brad Pitt is in. He's a genius in that.
Brad Pitt is a fucking pikey. Yeah.
He's like,
Hey, you bought it outside.
he's like,
That's
what?
my shit.
What?
You bought it outside. I fight you part. Like what?
He wanted. He said, "What he say?" He said, "I fought you for a caravan." He's like, "A fucking caravan." Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I want that one. Periwinkle Blue for me, ma."
For me, mom. Yeah.
He said,
Oh,
what?
bro.
It's for me, ma. I was like, oh,
Yo.
for his mom. You like Dags?
Yeah, you like Dags.
You like Dags? You like Dags, Tammy? He's like,
Oh my God.
dogs. Yeah, I like dogs. I like Dags.
You like Dags?
Yeah.
Yo, and the dude punching power is next level.
What?
Remember
The
the
slow
first
motion. The slow motion from this shit. Like, right now. Then you got Jason in the background narrating this shit. Right now. Tommy. He's thinking. Like, you know what I mean? He's hoping Gorgeous George gets up. It's like, no, man.
That
nigga's
movie,
knocked
yeah.
out. But yeah, it's underrated, man. I love Snatch.
Super underrated. Hey, you know what we need to do? We need to do a top 3 movie underrated movies of the week. So when we come back, we need to do that because there's a lot more joints. And Snatch is like,
Let's do it then. We can do it next Thursday when we do the 7:00 show next Thursday.
yeah, we'll put it on the topics and then we'll kind of pick 3.
Yeah, I'm with it. The top
Yes,
3.
sir.
But yeah, we coming up on 2 hours, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, remember, please to share, like, and subscribe, or like, share, and subscribe, however they want to say it. But to the YouTube channel, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We appreciate the support. It's been another episode of the Reggie Bucum Podcast, man. I'm your boy Meech Castro. It's my man Pete right here. Funny motherfucker. I just found I never knew this motherfucker was on Pimp. That's Pimp My Ride Pete right there, man. That's his new name. Yeah, fuck you too. That's his new name, Pimp My Ride Pete. He over here. I never knew this nigga had music on Pimp My Ride for like 8 seasons straight.
Real quick, 30 seconds. Go ahead. While you do your outro, I'm gonna show you something.
All right, but yeah, he had what 2 seasons of music on Pimp My Ride in the background when they would when they would
lies out here in these streets. I tell no lies. This is one of 3 plaques.
my man really, yeah, Pete, my man really got plaques from Pimp My Ride for having his music on there like that. I want to go back now and just rewatch episodes just to hear like, oh, he made that. I remember this.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in for another episode, man. We won't get out of here. We'll be back Thursday night.
Yeah.
7:00 Eastern. So
7:00 Eastern.
7:00 Eastern Thursday night, man. See y'all then. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We out of here.